Shit, bro. We got about 1.5 right now. If y'all want to keep going, we can. Cause like I like the vibe. Anybody got something to say or want to take it in another direction?
Oh, October 31st.
October 31st.
The out. I got Nova and Science on it. Probably. I don't know if I'm gonna have anybody else on it. But it's a different take. I'm dropping the take. It's different. It's definitely gonna be a vibe. Definitely. But Architect Record always working.
Always.
What's the name of it?
The out.
The out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the one you was gonna call a track called The House, right?
Nah,
No, that was a project, right?
Yeah,
The House, yeah.
No, she got the out though.
Yeah. But originally you was gonna call it The House, though.
The House, yeah.
Well, should speak on it, Flex. Why is it called the out?
The out. Well, the reason I was gonna call it The House because I got a couple songs in there where I speak on my past life and where I used to live. That shit. It was deep. It's deep to me because I went through a lot in that house. So like, I got a song on there called 304. That's like what it started with. Like that's the number of the house. You know what I'm saying? So like, that house, it kind of like molded me into like how I am today. Like when it come to like how I react to people and why I react a certain way and all that type of stuff. So I definitely, it's sentimental. It's definitely, it was a big change in my life. It went, before I moved there, I used to stay in West Columbia, and it was different because like I went from like playing outside every day with the kids and my sister to like going to the suburbs and it's fences put up and shit. Like like you got sections like kids that's gonna play with each other. Like if you ain't my type of color of skin, I really ain't rocking with you.
Oh, so y'all crossed over the tax.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I moved to Irmo.
Y'all crossed over the tax break.
Yeah. My
Okay,
dad got
so
us.
I've been through that.
Yeah, my dad got us. So it was definitely different because like when I went to school, people always was like, he from the suburbs, so like they kind of like put me in like this bubble. But unless you really talked to me for real, you would never knew. But I ain't claim no hood or nothing like that neither. So I wasn't like no damn gangsta ass nigga, but I wasn't no suburban ass nigga neither. I was just me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I get that because that's kind of what happened with me after 9th grade when I moved to Raleigh with my dad. Like I grew up in Hollywood Hills. My grandma stayed over there by Valley Park, by King Park. You know what I mean? On Green Street. I mean, not Greenview. You know what I'm saying? As we grew older, my mom bought a house by Columbia College, so like that's the kind of shit I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? But after 9th grade, when my dad got me, you know, this dude, it was a brand new subdivision, and I think them houses started at like 130, 140 a pop, and like it was. Fuck it, I don't censor myself for my audience or anybody else. I say shit the exact way I'm thinking it. It basically what it was niggas with money.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It was niggas with money. That's who was in that. And that was the makeup of that subdivision. There was a bunch of niggas with money, whether it be like we had Africans and all out there. And it was a black neighborhood. It was a black subdivision. And these white people done sold all these nice ass houses to a bunch of niggas with money. And about half of us was the kids of niggas with money. But like you saying, it was like one day we was in the hood and the next day these niggas had money and they moved and now we dealing with a totally different environment. Like it even got to the point where they thought me and the squad was a gang. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we got in this shit, we did shit. Like there was a trailer park around the corner. We was fighting with them niggas every week. And I mean, huh?
Y'all was wild.
I mean, we was, and to a certain degree, like I know we was wild and rap bunches, like, cause like it was me. The oldest cats was like me. Well, not the oldest, but kind of the most, for lack of a better term, active. Older cats was like me, my dude Rod, and my guy Tay. You know what I'm saying? My brothers. We was the three oldest, and it was like after that, regardless of where we was the core group, and so like everywhere we moved, like the younger cats would follow around us. Like we was in 11th and 12th grade. When I got in there, I was in 10th grade, and me and Rod was in 11th grade. So by 12th grade, by my 11th grade year, we running shit. I'm in the 11th grade, he in the 12th grade. Then Dante come in, and he right behind me. And like we was the core group, and so everybody behind that, everywhere we went, whether we was gonna go and play football or basketball, or we was gonna go fight these niggas in the trailer park or around the corner because they were talking shit again, because they mad at us because we live in houses. Nigga, we didn't even buy these houses. Why y'all mad at us? You know, like them niggas was hating for no reason, bro. no logical reason anyway. But you know. Like we would like, and they looked at it like they looked at us like we was a gang. You know what I'm saying? And all it was a bunch of young cats that, you know what I'm saying, they was just trying to adapt to their new surroundings without necessarily losing themselves. You know, and then, you know, that's all it was.
In the sense, y'all was a gang though.
We was.
If you look at the definition term, in the sense, y'all was a gang though. But see, that's society though. They give you that. Gang, you know,
no, like they, like, and I know what you're saying, and honestly, yes, to a certain level we were, but we wasn't like they had them put on, I think, like the homeowners association website that like we were a fucking gang, like they had done labeled me as a gang leader, and it was like, bruh, if there's something like that going on, then those who are active in it, they've kept me almost kind of shielded from the other shit that y'all looking at as y'all saying we're a gang. And I don't know what that other shit was. Because like I said, if other shit is going on, at that time I'm the ball player. I'm in the newspaper every so often, player of the fucking week or whatever. And so they shielded me from that shit. If them boys was outside of fighting, if them boys was doing anything else, they shielded me from that shit.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Just like you got niggas that's in the NBA, in the NFL, that they're gang affiliated. Like you see niggas in the NBA throwing up blood. You see niggas in the NBA throwing up crip. And some of them flogging. Some of them niggas actually are affiliated. But you really think if that nigga was like active, that he would have ended up running up and down a NBA court? No. Yeah, definitely. There was a certain level of love in that game that had them boys shield him from certain shit so that he still had that opportunity. Sure. And that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, that if that shit went on, that's what them boys did for me.
Yeah, indeed.
John Wall just had to take a post down because he was at a party and he threw up blood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He was with, it was him and some of his homeboys.
Yeah.
He was
that shit. Yeah, and it happens. Doing that shit in the games all that shit. And it happens. I don't condone or condemn it. Yeah, I've seen the good and bad. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? I've seen niggas get into shootouts just over colors. Yeah, I've also worked in daycare centers and seen a folk be the one to drop his kids off every morning and pick his kids up every afternoon. You know what I'm saying? After coming from work, standing over a stove. You know what I mean? So you can't, for me, you can't like I said, I don't condone or condemn it. People are people. We all have flaws. We all have our goods. We all have our bad. That's one of the reasons I love Tech 9. I'm all sixes, just like he say. I'm all sixes and sevens. You know what I'm saying? Them numbers mean something. You know what I'm saying? Six is what?
Supreme mathematics.
6 is what? It's usually looked at as like an evil number, a bad number.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is in supreme mathematics terms. So I want to say power refinement.
But see, you took a slightly
different
term.
I know what you mean. Though. I know what you mean.
But like,
definitely, I know what you mean.
Like think about
666.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's usually looked at, you know what I'm saying? People look at 6 as a bad luck number sometimes, or 666, that's an evil number, And then you look at 7. 7 is the number of completion.
Perfect.
7 days. You know what I'm saying? 7 is one of those holy numbers. You know what I mean? I'm all 6s and 7s. I'm good and bad. I'm an angel and a demon. That's human.
Indeed, that's balance. Actually,
yeah,
that's balance. You need a negative charge just as much as you need that positive for that battery to go in that car. You know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, the car was made on the science of our body. So you know what I'm saying? From the engine, I forget it exactly how it goes, so don't quote me on that. But for the most part, like that's you need both that duality, what they call it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm a huge fucking fan of duality. Like that's why you get, and you know, y'all probably picking it up by now, but that's why sometimes you get me referring to myself as Kenny, and sometimes I refer to myself as Chemo. It's that duality, it's that balance.
That's
like
crazy.
Chemo is a name that my grandmother gave me, and all it is my initials, KEMO. Well, no O, my initials are KEMA, Kevin TJ Michael Asher. You know what I'm saying? And they call my dad Chemo. Like our actual initials.
Right.
I'm named after my dad, so I got the same initials as him. But I guess my grandma switched it up and turned the A into a O, I guess, like the other one. So KEMO. Chemo.
That's dope, though. That is dope.
Chemo. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, I don't know if she was actually thinking like that. She never explained it to me. That's just what she called me. But for... Huh?
I said that's crazy because I'm KD.
Okay.
Right.
But see, like, I never really embraced it. Like, honestly, to a certain degree, I kind of didn't like it. And then when I graduated from high school, like the week after, that's when I got that tattoo with it right there. And like that was when I was like, nah, fuck that. She gave me that name. That's what it was. So it was like, and then it was like the week before school. Like I was still like doing the A&D ointment and shit. Like when I went into school as a in college as a freshman. And so like, of course, you're a young nigga. You just got you a fresh tat. You got to do the A&D ointment anyway. Nigga, I'm not wearing no shirt with no sleeves.
Yeah,
and if I do got sleeves, I'm rolling them up so everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people from that area, from that place, they call me Chemo. And mentally, I was in a different place, you know what I'm saying? Those 2 years, it was a lot of stuff going on, man. You know, like relationship-wise, personally, mentally, like my grandmother passed that second year. So like that's when I was really like, fuck it, I'm embracing this shit. But like everybody was already like, I can remember going back like the year after I graduated, and I'm walking around campus, and one of my young cats, shout out AJ, I'm walking around, I'm chilling, and AJ saw me, and he was like, yo, Chemo! And like this chick just walks by, and she stopped dead in her tracks, like, oh, you that nigga they call Chemo. Like, yo. First of all, I ain't even think, but like that's what it was. Like, sure. And to some of them, if you say Kenny, they gonna be like, nah, I don't know that nigga. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas here, like, if people from here were heard them call me Chemo, if people from that time ask you like, bro, you know Chemo? Like, I mean, y'all in the loop now because that's, you know what I'm saying, I use it now, I go by it now. Right. But like, people that don't, they were like, nah, I don't know no nigga named Chemo. And then you were like, Oh, you don't know that nigga Kenny? Oh, that nigga did. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm identified as both, and over the years, and that it's. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is real. Like it's almost like two different people.
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
They react.
No doubt.
They react to things two different ways. They conduct themselves two different ways. Like Kenny is a whole lot calmer dude than Chemo is. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that used to like work at UPS, Chemo was that nigga screaming on niggas and flipping out all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's a different nigga. He's a ball of fucking energy and emotion. Whereas Kenny, he kind of ball everything up inside and just kind of sit on it. And Chemo is that manifestation of that shit. Basically, is what it is. You know what I mean? So
I definitely feel you because we don't had this conversation before. That's I got Kennedy and Nova.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely, if don't nobody else can, you know what I'm saying? I definitely feel it. And to make a long story short on that, like I actually in 2016, cause my family, we basically we ain't really known for, you know what I'm saying, amongst ourselves, we ain't really too family oriented, you know what I'm saying? Or at least the older generation wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So my thing always was, I want when I make it, I want them to know my last name. I want to be able, like cousins I never met, I want to be able to connect with them. You know what I'm saying? I want to change my last name to where you can't think about whatever you used to was thinking about that last name, you can't even do that no more. And to make a long story short, like I got like 12 different names that, you know what I'm saying, depending on where we at and what area, you know what I'm saying, you might get all my name, we might be somewhere in the same spot. And it could be my cousin from my mama's side that called me something completely different from what my cousin on my dad's side. And then they gonna call me Nova. And it, you know what I'm saying? It may be somebody I made her remember from Atlanta or wherever, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna say Nova. And so I definitely get it. But it's all one. It's all one. How can I put this? It's all like a entity that has different corresponding parts that make up that one body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why when you were saying something earlier about the numbers, you was like 6 and 7. Like I automatically go to the supreme mathematics when people start talking numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a breakdown, and I realized, damn, like even with this being the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, minus this landmass that's here, all that shit's connected.
Yeah.
You know, all that shit's connected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I had to really like realize. And the separation is within the names. For me, it's the separation. All right, I have to be like. We might be in a situation where we might, I don't know, like it may be some people that don't like us just off the strength of it may be a misrepresentation. They thought we was somebody else. So now we can't get out that situation. We gotta fight. I got to let Nova. I have to be that person at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? It's just dictating
like situations. I say, for me, like all of that shit is emotion driven. Not all of it, but it's definitely emotion plays a part. And it was a coping mechanism. Like that quiet shit, like I've been like that. And that's how I dealt with shit around me. I don't like getting mad.
For sure.
And for a long time I had the bad habit of getting mad and just holding that shit in. I didn't talk about getting mad. I didn't like that's why I say at UPS, when I was working there, like bro, like niggas used to flip out. Like they thought I was crazy. Like and sometimes it could be like, cause when I'm mad, it's all over my face. You know what I mean? Hell, some people think I'm mad when I'm not mad. Like, that's just my face. That's just my face. You know what I mean? But, like, that Chemo takes that same energy that this man won't do nothing about. And he's like, nah, you not. That shit don't fly over here. Like that nigga, he's on break
stand
right
on
now.
that. Yeah,
like he's on break right now. So don't try that shit.
Right.
You
No
know
doubt.
what I mean?
No doubt. I can't speak for you, but for me, a big part was like just being nice to people all the damn time, and they take your niceness as like you on some pussy shit, like bro, I will beat your ass, bro.
Like, I can remember having issues and not bothering nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
for me, I don't know what it was about me, but it was always something because like I was usually one of the tallest, but I was also one of the skinniest. I wore glasses. Like glasses jokes don't hurt my feelings no more because I done heard them all. Like I was bow-legged and pigeon-toed like that. Like so it was always something. And I'm sitting over here in the cut chilling. I ain't bothering nobody, but you want to come run over here and call me bow-legged chicken, and I ain't did nothing to you, homeboy. Like, I don't appreciate that shit. But I wasn't in the mind space or the emotional space to do anything about it. So I would just let that shit go. I would just eat that shit. Like, I remember getting in middle school, all of the fights that I got into were race related. You know what I'm saying? In sixth grade is when South Park came out. And so all the white kids thought that shit was funny to come in class and be on some, oh, you killed Kenny, you bastard. Like, as the only nigga named Kenny in the room, that shit didn't sit well with me. And I done asked you to stop. You've been doing this shit for 3 periods. For 2 periods, I asked you to stop. If you're going to do it for another period, okay, I'll do what my pops taught me to do. I'll address this with the teacher. If she ain't going to do nothing about it now, I have to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the other one was, I was on some, I think I was in band. And Cat a seat or two down. No, we wasn't in band. Me and him had band together. But we wasn't in band. We had gym together too. And after the fact, like, you know, you young, whatever. Niggas was running around the locker room popping each other with towels and, you know, young bullshit. And, you know what I'm saying, I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm finna go over there and get ready to go to class or whatever. Like, I'm out now. That mean don't pop me no more. Like, I ain't finna pop nobody else. Don't nobody else need to pop me. Like, I'm out this shit. You feel me? And old buddy I was in band with did that shit anyway. So now I'm like, well, fuck it then, and fuck it then. So now I'm back in that shit, and I'm wearing your little white ass out like you red, homie, and you mad now. And you why don't you go back to Africa where you came from, fly out your mouth? That shit had to be handled. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At that time, I didn't even have the mental capacity to process, well, shit, take your ass back to England then. You know what I'm saying? So that couldn't be my response. It had to be, I took offense to that shit, bro. You basically just called me a nigga. Like, that's the extent of fighting that I did in middle school when I was younger. It wasn't like, but I was always in some shit. I was always bothered. And y'all, we done been around each other long enough. Like, the last thing on my mind is bothering another nigga.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I give you that. For sure.
So to deal with some of the shit that I've had to deal with, it's like, why? No. But yeah, man, that's that. Damn, boy, we got 150. Again, I'll leave it to y'all.
Shit.
Because me personally, like, my objective is, like what I told y'all, providing good content for these listeners while simultaneously uplifting those I feel that deserve it. And you 3 brothers that I'm sitting in this room with tonight and I spent the past round up 2 hours with definitely deserve it. Like, I can't wait to see what y'all got coming down the pipeline and how it manifests and unfolds.
For sure,
Because, you know, I know some of our listeners aren't privy. Hopefully, when I do this episode, you boys will be so gracious as to, you know what I'm saying, spread it amongst your fan base.
Sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah, bro.
Not
That's what we
just
about.
not for my benefit, but because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, like this is part of me doing this as an artist is I've always been of the mindset that my fans, if I have a fan, they're gonna know Kenny. You know what I mean? Even if you know Kenny by Chemo, you gonna know Kenny because that's why I use a name that's real to me. It's not a pseudonym.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is really me. It ain't no what you call it? It ain't no writer's name or no shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's really me. You know what I mean? And maybe I force my beliefs on y'all by doing this, but like I feel like your fan base should know you.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They should know how you think and how you feel about shit.
Yeah, like,
So,
for sure.
like I said, hopefully, you know, they'll receive this well, and if you know, it's not the aim, but if they feel like they enjoy it and me and the show, and they're more than welcome to be a part of this family as well as y'all family, because that's what I look at my audience as family. And you know, we miss Cal. I really wish Cal could have been over here to meet y'all boys and interact with y'all, and y'all interact with him. So I know some of the listeners are gonna miss his jokes and his antics. Hopefully I provided enough entertainment for y'all this episode. But yeah, that's anything y'all boys want to say in closing before I close it out. Oh, shout out, I just gotta let y'all know, I know it's early, but I'm letting y'all know now, if you're listening on Spotify or Google Play or anything like that, honestly, yes. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all or sugarcoat it. Your boy trying to monetize. So I can't speak for episode 1 and 2, but this episode, I don't know if they'll go there now or later or whenever, but you know, I'm going to always be honest with you guys. So I got to be honest and tell y'all that I hate to do it to y'all, but it's gonna be some ads eventually at some point. You know, I'm a starving artist, man, straight like that. But I feel like it's fair to me to be honest with you guys, and if y'all would be so gracious as to entertain me on those platforms and bear with me through that, then some of you also know that we're on YouTube too. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all. Again, before I close out, anything everybody want to say? Science.
Y'all follow me on Instagram.
Hold up. Fuck that. Before we close this thing out, I did have a question I wanted to ask y'all.
Okay.
Like, y'all dynamic is crazy. And it's because it's like, I don't see, right now, I don't see where a possible rift could happen. So like, how are y'all like that? Why are y'all like that? Like, what's the mind frame that allows y'all to be like that? Because I'm not even gonna lie, and y'all 3 totally different entities.
For sure.
But it's like, you the fucking head, you the torso, and you the legs.
Yeah, for sure. Word though.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to, and I know, I meant to ask it earlier, and I know it just sounded like I closed this shit out. But I just remembered that question and I had to get it out. And that's not saying that this is going to be my last interview with you guys, because beyond interviewing y'all as fellow artists and whatnot, like, I like coming over here and rocking with y'all boys. Y'all know that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I ain't even gonna lie. No, this will not be the last episode with the Architect Gang.
Yeah, nah.
I'm solidifying that in concrete right now.
Sure. You gotta bring your mans next time.
Oh, my fault, brother.
So, what would say his name? Cal, right?
Oh yeah, Cal.
You gotta bring
Cal.
your
Yeah. I'm gonna try to make that happen. He can be a busy man at times, and I'm going to give y'all that disclaimer now. I love him. Me and him in this together, but yeah, you are gonna get some episodes when it's just my drain bland. Excuse me. See there? There you go. Y'all laugh at that slip up, but it's gonna be some episodes where y'all just have to deal with my bland, dry ass. Hopefully you can bear it. But yeah, back to that question real quick before we go, cause like that like I say, I don't necessarily see that riff yet, or the possibility of it. And like I said, when I spoke on my earlier endeavors, it ain't hate or disdain for those guys. We just reached a crossroad and shit happens.
Yeah,
I don't see those kind of rifts coming between y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Shit, really, we just got down. We able to keep it real with each other. You know what I mean? Me and Nova he known me for long. He the one that gave me the name Science. So
Okay.
So goddamn, he was around before I was even thinking about doing music, and Flex was around when I was living in a hotel and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like before we got the studio and everything like that, or before we got the label and everything like that. So it's really just goddamn our ability to like keep it real with each other and goddamn and just mold well for real, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. For me, I feel like it's every day a learning experience because you're gonna learn something different every day. I think I told one of y'all that the other day I learned something new from y'all almost every day. You know what I'm saying? Sure. As me being the young, like I told you, I'll be quiet because I like to peep shit. With science and know you gonna learn some shit every day. I promise you, it's gonna be some knowledge that's gonna be dropped on you, and it's all love. And I love that because you know what I'm saying. Coming up, I didn't get embraced like that. Yeah. So just to have somebody you could lean on, it was like you know what I'm saying. And when it came to the music, they definitely embraced me. Goddamn, when I first met Nova, I wasn't even really rapping. I only made one song, and Nova was like, I can't even remember. But we was out there sitting on the couch, and I said something about yeah, I'm about to start rapping or something like that, and he was like, shit, then what we in here for? And we came right in here and sat in the studio, and then that was that. You know what I'm saying? That was the start of like me coming over here all the time and getting it in. It was because that's all I really needed for real was that push.
That push. And like I say, I asked that question, and I know me and them boys got a pass, but at the same time, that right there that you're talking about, that pulling me in when they did, that's why I can say, yeah, we had a little smaller out with still love in my heart for them. Because I know what they started. You know what I'm saying? That man offered me a spot on his team just off the strength of he was giving me a ride to work and just so happened to be playing his beats that he made. And I was just in the car freestyling. He was like, bro, you got to get out with us. I feel like you should be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So even with the fallout present, it's still love to you, boy. Sure. I ain't gonna say your name. Yeah, I will. Case. Case. I still love you, but yeah, Nova, go ahead, man.
Well, I said earlier, as far as like being the founder, right? And make a long story short, like basically I got Architect Records. I got that stemmed out of being stuck in New York. We'll tell that story for another day because that's going. But I really went out there and tried to get on. But this back at the time, you know, and they still had CDs or whatever. So yeah, I look, you know, a lot of labels. Well, I'm saying it like they not, but they're in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? And so make a long story short, I didn't really know anything about, you know, having a manager, being present. Like my CD didn't, like my demo just had like written on the Sharpie. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have like the whole presentation or anything that together. I just knew that I was nice, you know what I'm saying, with lyrics or whatever. So anyway, being turned down by everybody, you know what I'm saying. I ended up being stuck out there for a while, and I was like so fueled by like, damn, they ain't even take my CD. They ain't even at least take my CD. So I was like, well, fuck it then. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Because I've always been the type to love to see something grow from the beginning. And I feel that's an architect. Before you can see that skyscraper in the, you know what I'm saying, from the bridge or whatever, that had to been laid out on some kind of blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So from that, I said that to say the reason why it'll never be any riff or any, you know what I'm saying, what have you, because even if I never do anything and these boys make it, I've made it. Like, there's nothing you can tell me. Like, I'm gonna fuck around and cry when we make our first million, because I know what it was like to be sleeping in a nasty ass shelter with rats as big as your foot, in a nasty ass shelter with feces on the wall, to where I said, I think I'd rather just sleep on the train, bruh. Like that, I know what it came from, for real. So just to have two other people believe in me and say, shit, Architect Records, that's what you, for real, that's what we doing, then that's what we doing. Like, just to have two other people believe in me that much, like, how could I have any animosity or any, you know what I'm saying, anything of that nature? Like, when they made it, I've made it.
And that's funny because, and like I said, with it still being love for them guys, the riff was allowed to happen because that's what we lost sight of. That we was all there for each other.
For sure.
You know.
For sure.
When they felt, I'm not gonna do it because I already done called your name, homie, and I love you. But I need you to, since they're there, I need you to understand that there was never a moment when I felt like I was bigger than everything else that was going on. I just wanted to help it along and play my part. I hope you hear this shit so that way it can finally be spoken on. But yeah, that's like, knowing that, that's why I had to ask that question to y'all boys, man.
Indeed.
Because I know that's what caused that rift, and I don't see it in y'all.
Right. Oh, and also let me say this too. And I also, just like Flex, like growing up, I was always the younger, because I never had a dad. And anything that I had to get, I had to like literally put my hand on the eye and say, oh shit, that thing is hot. Let me not do that no more. I had to literally, my guidance came from the streets. And people could say whatever they want about the dope, man, this, that, and the third, but these are the people that saved my life and said, you know what I'm saying, I will show you how to do whoop-de-whoop, but at the same time, you do music, and that shit nice. Why you out here with me? You know what I'm saying? Right. These are the people that saved me from certain things. So right. I said that to say, like, as far as the where the gap always lies, to go back earlier about the whole generation thing, where it lies is the knowledge, the love has been lost. You know what I'm saying? Them boys ain't have to do certain things that they showed me, or you know what I'm saying, like from where I'm from, like if certain people like won't let you say nothing bad about me, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not around or whatever the case may be. Like, and for me to be able to be the youngin' and was always, and now the roles is switched, that I'm the pretty much like the old head, like in the group, like anything I can give them, I'm gonna give them. You know what I'm saying? Like music wise or just life, whatever the case may be. And I know it works in the same, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like it's like a rock, bro. It's like if nobody's ever read the book called Think and Grow Rich, I really advise you to go get that book by Napoleon Hill and read. I forget the chapter, but read up on the mastermind group, and you'll get a better understanding on just the cohesive of a unit. You know what I'm saying? Moving together as a group. Definitely. Definitely.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Well, I guess, shit, if y'all ready to get rid of me, or even if not, nah, I'm not doing it because I think first episode was like 30, 45 minutes. Last episode was 1 hour 15. This the episode we at 2:06, so I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I know that's pretty fucking tasking in itself to sit through that shit. So I'm not even finna burn y'all out like that. I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all listening. Before I cut this shit, no, I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to my listeners. Fuck that. Hold up, wait. Before I address my listeners, let me address y'all. So I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Giving me y'all time and being open with me and sharing this experience with me, even in the beginning. And we gonna fight through this thing, man. If this is gonna do it, if this is gonna be what I think it can be, then it's gonna be fucking awesome. And I'm glad I went ahead and got a first episode in with y'all, because I already know y'all got shit coming down the pipeline, and I'm definitely gonna double back and readdress y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm also gonna I want to plug somebody else's podcast right now, but I don't want to say too much. But their shit is a little more kind of music directed. So, and I think I already told Nova about it. But it's a close friend. I look at him like a big brother. And once they're ready, I'm gonna send him some of y'all's stuff. Let him he's in DC.
Right.
That's why I want to do it, because he's in DC. And that's kind of our mentality. Like, yo, I got these cats down here that I rock with.
Yeah,
And if part of what we're doing is shining a light on talent, then y'all gonna end up having to do that interview with him too, and double back later as y'all get some of the stuff that y'all got coming down the pipeline out into the masses. Y'all coming, we're gonna do it again. It's definitely gonna be Architect Records.
Yeah.
A second episode. I promise y'all. As long as y'all with it, y'all with it.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. We with
Definitely, brother.
Definitely for the listeners on Spotify, go ahead and plug the Spotify.
Okay, yeah. On Spotify,
I don't know,
you can just type
I don't
in
know
science.
if it's just one or all three or what, but y'all do y'all thing. Right?
Yeah, but on Spotify, it's science, $ for the S, science, $ for the S. You search me on Spotify, Audio Mac, SoundCloud, iTunes, Deezer, Napster, pretty much anywhere they play music, you can find some of my music.
Yeah.
Music, YouTube, I got my own YouTube channel, Science Productions, you know what I'm saying? Y'all check that out. Yeah. So Instagram, _science333. Y'all follow me on Instagram for sure.
Damn, I ain't think. Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to think.
'Cause I ain't. You just touched on some stuff that I just realized that I ain't even think about. 'Cause yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll make sure that I start throwing my information like that out as far as like Instagram. Because I'll be honest, I'm kind of anti social media, so y'all gonna have to give me a minute to get that kind of stuff set up and out to y'all. That way, like when we do episodes like this, if nothing else, y'all can go to me and find these guys. But was you about to go?
Yes,
You go. No, but my fault.
Shit. I'm on. Damn near everything he named. Damn near everything he named.
Yeah, but if it's a separate page, you got it like with Spotify. Your Spotify is separate from his. Then what's your Spotify page?
Yeah. Now Spotify, I don't think I got a Spotify,
Okay.
but I'm
YouTube.
on YouTube. We under Architect Records.
And for YouTube listeners, they better be following me by the end of this episode.
Oh yeah, followed you before we started, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Subscribe, like,
As soon as you told me about it,
notify all
sure.
of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how some of these people that might want to pay me later feel about that, but I gotta show love to YouTube.
For me, it's NGK Flex.
Who is me, bro? Oh, that's Flex. Go ahead.
NGK Flex on everything. On Instagram, NGK.Flex. Yeah. On YouTube, NGK Flex.
Sure. That what it is. Nah, I can't give y'all that on YouTube. It's the Carolina Arguments Podcast. I know ain't too many arguments popped off tonight. But I still appreciate these fellas' time and effort with me. And listeners, potential listeners, subscribers, attention subscribers, all y'all. I appreciate y'all time and effort as far as putting it in to listen. And hopefully you enjoy it. Be safe, kings and queens and princes and princesses. I love y'all. Good night.
Much love.
Right, sure. Oh, yeah.